Every day, whether we realize it or not, we are faced with a choice. It's not always a grand, dramatic decision. Often, it's quiet, almost invisible, woven into the fabric of our routines and habits. But these choices shape our lives in profound ways. At the heart of many of these crossroads lies a simple but powerful question. Will I choose the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? The pain of discipline is a familiar companion to anyone who has ever set out to achieve something meaningful. It's the voice that urges you to rise before dawn, to push through another repetition at the gym, to resist the lure of instant gratification in favor of long-term goals. Discipline asks for sacrifice. It means resisting that tempting snooze button, forgoing an evening out to finish a project, or saying no to dessert when you're striving for better health. It's not easy. In fact, it can be downright uncomfortable. The pain of discipline is real and immediate. It's the ache in your muscles after a tough workout. It's the frustration of sitting at your desk, wrestling with a problem that refuses to yield. It's the twinge of envy when you see others indulging in pleasures you've denied yourself. But the pain of discipline is also honest. It's upfront. It demands payment now, in the currency of effort and self-control. Yet, beneath that initial discomfort, something remarkable begins to happen. With each disciplined choice, you build resilience, you gain confidence, you develop skills and habits that serve you well, not just in pursuit of your current goals, but throughout your life. Discipline, over time, breeds freedom. The freedom to be who you want to be, to achieve what matters most to you. Contrast this with the pain of regret. Unlike discipline, regret is sneaky. It doesn't announce itself at the moment of decision. Rather, it waits. It lingers in the background, quiet and patient, ready to emerge when the opportunity has passed, when the window has closed, when the chance can no longer be seized. The pain of regret is the sting you feel when you look back and wish you'd acted differently. It's the weight in your chest when you realize that time has slipped through your fingers, that you've missed out. Not because you weren't capable, but because you didn't choose to try. Regret is the result of inaction, of letting fear, doubt, or laziness dictate your choices. It's not as immediate as the pain of discipline, but it's often much more lasting. The pain of regret can haunt you for years, sometimes forever. It shows up in phrases like, "What if only," and "I wish I had." It's the realization that the book you wanted to write remains unwritten. The healthy body you envisioned is still a distant dream. The relationships you hoped to nurture have faded with neglect. At first, avoiding discipline feels like a relief. You skip the workout, and for a moment, you're comfortable. You put off the difficult conversation, and you feel safe. You indulge in the extra treat, and you're satisfied. Briefly. But over time, these small escapes accumulate. They grow into a heavy burden, one that is far harder to shed than the discomfort of discipline ever was. It's important to recognize that both paths, discipline and regret, involve some degree of pain. There's no way around it. Life demands something from us, whether now or later. The question is not whether you'll experience pain, but which kind you're willing to endure. The pain of discipline is acute but temporary. It fades as you grow stronger, as you see progress, as you move closer to your goals. The pain of regret, however, is dull but persistent. It lingers, eroding your sense of purpose, your confidence, and your happiness. Consider the stories of those who have chosen discipline. Athletes who train for years to achieve greatness, writers who labor over countless drafts, entrepreneurs who pour their energy into building a business from the ground up. Their journeys are not without struggle. They face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But they also experience the deep satisfaction that comes from knowing they gave their best, that they honored their commitments to themselves. Now think of those who are haunted by regret. The dreams deferred, the potential unrealized, the opportunities missed. Often these regrets are not about spectacular failures, but about the things never attempted, the risks not taken, the chances not seized. People rarely regret trying and failing. More often, they regret never trying at all. So how do we choose discipline over regret? It begins with awareness, recognizing the long-term consequences of our daily choices. It requires clarity about what matters most, about the values and goals that guide our lives. Discipline is not about punishing ourselves or living without joy. Rather, it's about aligning our actions with our deepest desires, even when that means discomfort in the short term. Developing discipline is like building a muscle. It starts small, with one decision, one action, one day at a time. Each time you choose discipline, you make the next choice a little easier. You create momentum. You become the kind of person who does hard things, who follows through, who can be trusted to keep promises, to yourself and to others. It helps to reframe the narrative. Instead of seeing discipline as deprivation, see it as an investment in your future self. Each disciplined choice is a gift you give to the person you're becoming. It's a way of honoring your potential, your dreams, and your capacity to grow. There will be setbacks. You will falter. That's part of the process. The key is not perfection, but persistence. When you stumble, forgive yourself. Learn from the experience and recommit to your path. Remember, discipline is not a destination, but a journey, a practice that unfolds over time. Ultimately, life is too short to be lived in the shadow of regret. The pain of discipline, while real, is a small price to pay for a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Choose the discomfort that leads to growth, not the comfort that leads to longing. Choose to act, to try, to strive. In doing so, you give yourself the best possible chance to look back, not with regret for what might have been, but with pride for what you dared to become.